So we have come to near the end of the judging for the Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans. There's been some truly awful and truly spectacular cars in the classes. Now, my chief judge and I, Tim Suddard from Classic Motorsports Magazine, we like to hold back a couple of awards just for us. You know, all of our celebrity panel of judges gets to pick their choices, but we get to pick a couple. And boy, we've got a couple doozies, don't we, Tim?
We sure do. We sure do.
Now, what we typically do is there's a couple of free-floating awards that we save that are just for anything that stands out to us. And one of them is the Dedication to the Cause Award. And that is for anybody that goes the extra mile, puts in the extra effort, drives something that's maybe a little more awful or dangerous, or does something that's a little over the top. And we found someone that did just that. Let's take a look.
Good morning. Time for a song. With apologies to Woody Guthrie, this is Old Paint. I tow with old paint when I go to the track. I live down by the river 'cause there's a bunk in the back. This 4350 Old Yeller's his name. He'll never get into the Automotive Hall of Fame. Drive around, you old hoopties, drive around real slow. You're wheezing and leaking and can't hardly go. He looks like a lemon and drives like one too. His old paint is brightened by a splash of baby blue. We called him Old Yeller 'cause he should be shot. But when it came time to do it, I found I could not. Drive around, you old hoopties, drive around while you can. I entered this concours 'cause I need a new van. Thank you. Hope we win.
You know, the van wasn't all that, but the effort and actually the quality of the song and sitting in that nasty van trying to sing a song, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that goes the extra mile. And for that, Mary, you win a $300 eBay gift card, which may buy you a new van. You never know. And some car care products from the good folks at Griot's Garage. And you can keep that van looking not any worse than it is right now. So,
well, that $300 will buy you another van like that one at least.
Yeah, exactly. So you have spare parts. So now we're also down to the final award for the Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans. Now, this is the Worst of Show award. And Tim, we've been doing this together for a long time, picking Worst of Shows at Concours de Le Mans.
We've seen some bad stuff. Yeah.
We've seen some really awful stuff. And it takes a lot. We're kind of jaded. It takes a lot to shock us. But every now and then at a show, there's one that pulls in that just right off the top, we both look at each other and go, oh, that's it. There's hands down, that's going to be our Worst of Show winner. And that was kind of the case with the Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans as well.
What's stuck out in your mind over the years?
You know, what has stuck out is some cars that I haven't even ever heard of before. Our very first Worst of Show winner was a KV Mini 1, which is a little French sans permis car. Looks like it was made with a sheet metal brake. Just an awful car. We've had a pristine royal blue with gold package Cadillac Cimarron. I mean, that was awful. We've also had a 5-speed Cimarron. Who knew they made one of those, right?
How about the Honda that drove both ways?
We had a double-headed Honda that had an operating drivetrain in both the heads, so you could drive it one way and the other and steer in both directions. That was just a death trap. Loads of fun, but what a great way to die. We've had some really awful vehicles, and when I saw this one posted up, I pinged Tim and I said, oh, you've got to take a look at this. It is terrible. Let's take a look at it right now. And it is, I guess, half Honda Goldwing, half tractor, half Miata, and half windmill.
There's something you can't get out of your head very easily.
Yeah, it's just awful all the way around. It's part tractor on the front. It's a Honda Goldwing in the back. It's a Miata front suspension. It's got fenders made out of windmill blades, which is, I guess, what you do when you are bored in Nebraska, which, if you're in Nebraska, is probably often. So, I mean,
actually, Nebraska is very pretty. Lots of it is very pretty. The Sandhills are a beautiful country, good driving country. But
it's a very pretty part of the world, but it also leads to things like this. I mean, which, you know, that's hard to deny. This was comes to us from Dwight, Nebraska, where the owner says they take it to the Dwight, Nebraska car, bike, and tractor show often, which is, I guess, what you do on a Friday night in Dwight, Nebraska.
Well, he can win every class with this thing.
Yeah, he can. It is part car, part bike, and part awful. So this, for its outstanding hooptiness, for its outstanding creativity, for its certain death if you ride this thing, it's just stunning all the way around. Tractor seats, you know, motorcycle handlebar controls, a co-op battery, tires that have raised white letters that say no hunting. I mean, it's kind of undeniable that this is our Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans worst of show. I mean, there's nothing this bad that got entered by a long shot.
Yeah, this one was a no-brainer. And speaking of no-brainer, some people just pick stuff up, drag it in for the lulls for a day or two, and then get rid of them. But
yeah,
some of these things, people put a lot of time and energy and probably some money into them. And you're like, God, if you just restored a Mustang or an MG or a Porsche, you'd have been way further ahead. But thank God we get these Lula bells and they build this crazy stuff.
Yeah, you know, this was done on purpose. This wasn't a mistake. This, you know, I mean, you had to set out to do this, and you could hear the thought process sitting around the barn one day. Well, we got a Miata over there, and we got a Honda over there, and boy, there's part of a tractor. What happens if we put them all together? And this is what happens. And for being that dumb to do something like this, for being even dumber to enter it in this contest, this Honda tractor Miata wins our Virtually Awful Concours de Le Mans worst of show. And for that, they actually get something that's probably worth more than the vehicle. They get a $1,000 eBay gift card and a detailing kit from the fine folks at Griot's Garage. And, you know, they make some good products, and boy, they're going to be put to the test to make this thing look good. I mean, that's a piece of work. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like that before in my life.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, this whole thing came about, you know, and we had to move it virtually, and I was wondering how it was going to work and whether we get the entrance. And honestly, I was real impressed that, you know, you didn't have the camaraderie of hanging out with the people and people being able to come by and look and, you know, poke and prod these things at an actual event. But this has gone really well. We've gotten the biggest list of judges we've ever had. I mean, it was hard to say no when you didn't even have to leave your house to do it.
Well, you know, and that works well with a lot of people's parole officers as well. You know, you can't leave the state and they're on house arrest, so they can just do it from the comfort of their home. So we got more than a few people that wouldn't otherwise be a judge at the Concours de Le Mans.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun this year, and hopefully we can go back to live next year. And if not, we'll keep doing it this way.
You know, we are already starting plans for 2021 for more stupidity with the Concours de Le Mans. If this is something you like, please let us know. Please let our sponsors know. And we're just dumb enough to do it again if the call for it is there. But we'd like to thank our sponsors, Haggerty, Classic Motorsports Magazine, eBay Motors, and Griot's Garage for being dumb enough to participate in this. We'd like to thank all of our celebrity judges who wasted their time to look at these awful cars and chat with us online to make sure these entrants get their prizes and get their due. And we'd like to thank all the entrants for being dumb enough to have these vehicles and love them enough to share them with us. We enjoy it. We hope you enjoy it. And boy, we'll do it again if nobody stops us. Let's put it that way. And I'd like to thank Tim, who put in a ton of work to make this all happen, wrangled all these celebrities and all these automotive glitterati to be judges, and wasted a good portion of probably 10 minutes on your part to make this all happen.
It was a little bit more than that, but it was worth it. It was a lot of fun. It's always cool to give back to the hobby and to help out.
Indeed. Well, hope everyone enjoyed it. Be sure to check out our sponsor links in the descriptions below, and we'll see you again next time around.